to the Discraft CCR Open fueled by Great Lakes. I'm myself Chili here with my friend Josh.
How's it going, Chili?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Doing all right.
All right. Got a good tournament coming up here. It's a Q series of the DGPT held at your home course out there in Burchfield Park.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful course. Had great conditions for the entirety of the tournament.
Yep. Things were looking good. Weather was good. Bugs weren't too bad this year.
No, that was definitely a joy to have the bugs be down, considering a couple of years ago where it was just absolutely terrible.
Yep. Let's take a look at our players. We start off with Parker Welck.
And then we got Drew Gibson, teeing off second, it looks like.
And then we got Joel Freeman, well known on the Pro Tour as well.
And then rounding out our card, we're going to have Austen Bates. So a bunch of names that people are pretty familiar with, I would assume. All right, hole one is a big righty hyzer. It kind of blind from the tee pad, but swings really, really tight to the left up here. Basket on a little bit of a mound. Pretty tough to reach. Kind of a bonus birdie to start your round off. I think we have some OB on the right as well. If you kind of, get it a little too straight, don't get the hyzer quite right, you do flirt with that OB.
Yeah, I was seeing some roller plays this year too on this from some of the guys. So
really?
We'll see.
I hope we see one of those today. I'd like to see how that works out. Parker going with the low line. That's another really good shot. I saw a lot of players trying to execute, trying to get that skip. Looks like he carried a little too far into the rough, a little long, but that skip play I've seen work pretty well.
Yeah, I would imagine Drew's going for the spike hyzer here. He's got the power for it.
Yeah, he's got a ton of power. That big high hyzer, yep. Yeah, looks like that came down, what about pin high?
Yep, bad roll away there. So they changed up the OB this year, though, it looked like. So that looks like it should be in bounds, right?
Yes, I don't believe there's any OB left. It's just the OB straight. If you happen to, don't get the hyzer right.
Yep.
There's that skip play.
Yeah, just playing it low. Wow, nice flare skip.
Looks like that's going to roll up right about just outside of circle one.
Yeah, he'll be looking at a good opportunity there starting off. All right, Austen Bates, our local hero. He started his career around in this area, so or more Ann Arbor region.
Nice little swing hyzer there. Hopefully get the skip. Oh, look at that. Stop rolling though.
Yeah, they're getting kind of a funny kickback on that hillside there. And Drew just laying one up there.
Yep. Rolling to the base of the hill should be an easy cleanup for his par. Ooh, off the front of the cage.
Yeah, Parker taking a run at it.
Oof.
This little elevation does make it a challenging green, that's for sure.
It does. It kind of gets in your head just a little bit. You don't want to, cruise by it, chain high, and then leave yourself a bring back that, is kind of a knee knocker for the first hole of the tournament.
Yep. Keep it under control.
Drew cleaning up his par, no problem. Would expect the rest of the card to follow suit.
Parker knocking it down.
Joel taking care of business as well. Looks like no harm, no foul on the first hole. Just got Austen to tap out yet.
Nice calm day so far today. See the flags not even moving.
Which is kind of unusual for this course.
Right. Normally wind. Yeah, that's kind of why I was bringing that up. Now you played here as well, right, in the Masters division, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep. So we got hole 2 now. You saw that little wall there is a mando over that wall, and then it kind of opens up into this field. You want to get your drive a little bit into the right to find somewhere in this field so that you can then, pitch a nice little hyzer, forehand flex or whatever around the corner here and get to the basket. Pretty reasonable par 4 if you get your placement right off the tee.
Yeah, kind of an easier birdie chance here if you play it correctly, like you stated.
There is some OB along the left-hand side there. If you get caught up on those trees in the left, that can be really the only trouble that you can get into.
Yeah, Drew with some power should be able to get out there.
Ooh, yeah,
no.
Cut it just a little bit too tight. It's going to be tricky to scramble from out of there. I think he'll still have a good shot to save the par, but birdie's pretty much out of the question from back there.
Joel choosing the forehand here. That should put him in good position.
Yep, that's the stock shot. If you've got a good, 300 to 400 foot forehand, you don't need to chew off too much. Just get yourself out of the gap and into the open.
Yeah, get set up right.
The farther right you can push, the straighter your approach is as well, which makes it a little nice. So yeah, here's Drew kind of just pinched off into jail.
All kinds of trouble here.
Didn't hear any solid thwacks, so I think he got out to the fairway, didn't he?
Yeah, he just a little overhand out, and now it should have a hyzer shot into this green area.
Well, that looks about perfect as long as it cuts the corner. Oh yeah.
Yep. Sitting pretty.
Austen with another nice little stock hyzer. Look at that, right up there in the circle.
Yeah, good opportunity for birdie there.
Mm-hmm.
Joel playing a little lower here. He's probably going to skip right at it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect shot.
Yeah, he got far enough right to have that straighter shot and not really have to worry about bending it inside the gap.
Parker played a good one in there.
Mm-hmm. I guess Drew took a couple of shots to get out of the jail there that he got himself into, so that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, must have been something we didn't see.
Mm-hmm.
Just off the basket there.
Austen with a nice birdie there.
Yeah. You
can see in the screen just a couple of mosquitoes flying around.
Yeah.
They're still out there, but they're not as bad as they could be.
Thankfully, there hasn't been a lot of rain this time, so.
And the park was really good about. We got a couple of sprays in to the course before the tournament as well to keep the bugs down. So hole 3, kind of come out of the gate here into a nice big field. Got a little bit of OB on the right to start off into the fairway for the hole previous. And then you can see the long grass on the left, and then also the tree line on the right is also OB. Shouldn't really come into play for the most of our players. As you can see, you've got a whole wide fairway to work with. The only other danger in the hole really comes as you get closer to the basket. As you can see, behind the basket is also OB if you go a little long on your approach shot. But I would expect this should be a pretty good birdie chance for everybody on the card with the distance they all have.
Yeah, it's a nice challenging little hole where a little bit of trouble behind it makes you make a decision on your approach.
Mm-hmm. That's absolutely perfect drive right there. You can see the short pad he just got past. Leaves him about 350 into the basket.
Getting caught up, but he can still get to the basket from there.
Mm-hmm.
Parker electing that high hyzer.
Yeah, as long as that swings back to the fairway. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, good play there.
Drew going for the hyzer flip. Not quite going to turn as much as he wanted, I don't think, but it didn't kick him out of bounds. He's right next to the short tee pad. He should still be able to give himself a putt.
Yeah, he's going to have to just play a shot for position. It looked like he was choked off.
Yeah, actually. And then he skips OB.
Well, maybe he'll save it from there. We'll see.
A little too turnt.
Yeah, kind of chopped that off a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. Yeah.
It's a better angle on the forehand flex.
Yeah,
As long as it misses that tree. Yeah.
Yeah, he used a more stable disc and made it work up there.
Mm-hmm.
See if Joel can get up there.
Also going for the flex play. Just got to get around that tree.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Good shot.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Giving it a little go there.
Yep. See if Drew can save his par. No, unfortunate. You can see this basket's down a little bit in a depression and a little bowl, so it makes that putt just a little bit sneaky.
Yeah.
Trying to get it to drop enough. It's real easy to send it, top of the band, just over the basket with a normal putt if you don't account for the little bit of a drop there.
All right, Joel carding the birdie.
Pretty good start for his round, 2 through 3.
And Austen knocks down his par.
And Drew taking his second bogey of the round already.
Yeah, not the start he was looking for.
I'm sure it's not, but there's plenty of scoreable holes coming up. I'm sure he can make it back. All right, hole 4. We got some OB on the left and right. Both the long grass on the left and the tall stuff on the right there are going to play OB. You can see the long basket in the back, but we're actually playing to the short basket right where the flyover stopped. It's really just kind of a forehand straight to fade if you got it.
I like it as a lefty.
Oh, I sure you do. Not a lot of lefty-friendly holes on this course, honestly.
This is true.
And if you've got the power, the big spike forehand is there, but it takes so much power.
Yeah, it really is. I actually don't even take that shot because I'll end up in the stuff to the right. So.
Mm-hmm. All right, as long as that stables up, that should be pretty good.
Yeah, edge of the circle by the looks of it. Drew with an Anheuser play.
Get that turn.
He's just not getting the disc to work the way he wants yet.
I do like the Anheuser play. That's my normal throw on this. It can get up there, but you just gotta hit that gap just right.
Yeah, it's a nice smooth shot. I'll put you in birdie position for sure.
Oh,
Or just hitting a tree and canning it from circle 2.
right? That's a great putt from Drew.
Yeah, nice knockdown.
Ooh, Austen gets it to stick.
Getting his birdie there, nice. Gets him to 2 under. And Joel to go to 3.
Yeah. Pretty good start for Joel. Keep it going.
Parker taking a par there. Yeah, nice fly back there from Drew's putt.
Yeah.
About a 60-footer, right?
Mm-hmm. Just dropping it right in there. All right, hole 5 is pretty stock shot for most of the field here. There is some OB on the right and some OB on the left that stops just shy of the short basket that we just passed there. But really, you just want to get a high hyzer around, finishing around those pine trees there, get you in the circle. It's really kind of a cool area for the basket once it opens up there around those last pine trees.
Yeah, kind of a Spike Heiser ace run here.
Mm-hmm.
For a righty, that is.
Oh my god, dude. Come on.
Joel catches the last of the little tall trees coming around, but I think he's still going to have a good look at the basket from there.
Yeah, he's got a putt. Austen playing it a little wider. Yeah, great shot.
Perfect.
Thank you.
See if Drew can get off the tee successfully here.
Yeah. We're playing it real high.
Wow.
And a tombstone. Parker's looking kind of like Austen's.
Mm-hmm. Got a little flat at the top, skipping right there. Beautiful.
Great shot.
Ooh, just not quite committed from Joel on that one.
Didn't get the speed right.
There we go. Drew puts it in, gets himself back to even on the round.
Parker getting that birdie back on the train.
Austen right behind him.
Yeah.
This is pretty much as close as you get to a must get on the front nine. I would say.
I'd agree. Yeah, definitely. You're not happy if you're not getting that birdie.
Mm-hmm. All right, coming up on hole 6. This one's a little tricky. You see these pine trees that you got to go through. Everything is out of bounds until you get past these pine trees here, and then you open up into this big beautiful fairway here. You've got the sand trap in the middle that you've got to avoid. You can go to the right side where the drone is flying right now, but I feel like most players are going to be flirting with the OB on the left. Again, all the tall grass on the left and the right is going to be OB. Most players are going to be trying to swing a spike hyzer through that initial gap, get over to the left side, swing an anhyzer up the left side of the fairway, and then you have a kind of a clear approach to the basket down here, which is in another little depression and guarded by a couple more trees.
Yeah, it's a cool hole. Definitely makes you position yourself accordingly to score on it.
Austen throwing a great shot up there by the short tee pad. That's pretty much as good as you can do off the tee pad.
Drew showing off the power.
Getting way up there, yeah.
And Parker hits the field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Put him right out there and play.
And it doesn't look like this tee shot's giving any of these guys any trouble,
No,
which is good.
Kind of a routine shot for a righty off the tee.
Mm-hmm.
Joel's going to swing a little further left. That may give him better position playing forward.
Absolutely. The farther left you can get off of the tee, the easier this second shot is if you're taking this left side of the fairway here.
Mm-hmm. Good commitment by Austen there to get it over the OB to put himself right. That's right where you want to land.
Absolutely, yeah. It's really, really scary, flying over that OB. But you got to commit, because if you don't, then you bring the sand trap into play on your fade.
Mm-hmm. Now, were they playing that as a hazard this year, or was it OB?
Yeah, it's all OB this year. The only hazard we play we'll see later on in this round on hole 17.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Looks like Joel's going to be a little more aggressive here.
It's just got to stay turned. Yeah.
Great shot.
Fantastic, yeah. He's going to be able to give that a eagle bid there, I think.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, I'll have a look. Just got that sunk basket with low ceiling coming in makes it a challenge.
Looks like Drew got just a little bit pinched, throwing a patent pending anhyzer, and then just gets knocked down a little short.
Yep, didn't quite get up there where he wanted to be. Great idea with that low play.
Mm-hmm.
If you could have made that work. Austen, yeah, he's got a nice open look here.
Looks like he just turned it a little bit too much.
Yeah.
This fairway's a little tricky past that sand trap depending on where you land. You really want to be as left as you can be. Ooh, Drew almost throwing that in.
Yeah, that's a great thing about these type of holes where, really it is key where you land because it's going to affect your disc line coming in. Just laying one up there.
Mm-hmm.
Good example of the low ceiling I was talking about.
Yep. Very familiar with that putt on this hole.
Yeah, I've been there. I'm sure. Always playing leagues in that thing. I'm sure you've been there.
Good bit out of the rough there. It's just a bunch of spindly little trees and branches in there. It's hard to get a clean swing if you get off the fairway, even inside the circle.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He was in great position after his second shot. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some confusion on who was out there, I guess.
Austin's just excited to putt. I just want to get off of this hole. Oh, sorry, Drew. I didn't realize that you were out. My bad. Tap in birdie for Joel.
He's kind of the most routine there. Did what you wanted on that hole, that's for sure.
Hole 7. This one comes in at a par 4, but really plays like a par 5. We have this as a par 4 from a couple of years ago, and we had Paul Macbeth and Garrett Gurthie out here, and they made this hole look like it was an easy routine par 3. But in reality, this is a pretty tough hole. It says it's only 830, but you got to really navigate the fairway appropriately to get yourself not stuck behind a couple of trees. Long grass is going to be out of bounds on the left and the right again. You got to get up and then kind of penetrate this gap to get to the basket. And it seems like no matter where you throw your drive, no matter how good you think it is, there's still some trees to navigate in the middle of the fairway for your second and third shot.
Yeah, Joel just playing one out to the middle to set him up for the next shot. Yeah, a lot of these bigger holes, that's kind of the theme. Just get yourself out there in position and then manage where you landed. That's a good shot by Austen.
Absolutely. I like seeing the forehand play on this. The backhand play, if you don't get it turned enough, you bring the left side OB into play. But it looks like Drew didn't have any problems with his.
And Parker sending it a little higher in the air.
This is the more aggressive play that I've seen some players take. As long as he stays in bounds. I didn't see an OB graphic, so he must be good. Drew putting a full send on this. Getting almost up to the mouth. He should have a pretty routine approach for his par.
Oh no, hit that tree. Hit it hard.
Joel trying to get it to the mouth there.
Yep, he's going to get caught up in one of those little guardians, but going to stay just in bounds.
Works out for him.
Getting that just a little too flat.
Yeah, he was just a little out of position there.
Mm-hmm.
Austen clearing that tree. Just got to work back, though. Yeah, an OB.
Parker with a great approach.
Yeah, that was a nice little hyzer flip. It looked like he had put too much hyzer when to let it go, but worked great.
Joel's a little pinched off here. He's got to go with the roller.
Yeah, there you go. That worked out for him.
Yeah, catches a little log, stops him in the circle. This is a bit of a tough shot.
Oh, going for that flare skip.
Mm-hmm.
Right idea. Drew just laying one up there.
Yep. The park cleared a little bit of the area around this basket out, which makes it a little bit more dangerous going for it, because you have the ability to slide long and then get stuck behind some of those trees behind the basket. Can make your bring back kind of tough.
Oh, what a nice forward bounce.
He didn't like it out of his hand.
No. Gotta take him where you can get him.
Mm-hmm.
And Parker getting that one down, knocked down.
Austin with a nice cleanup.
Yeah, having a safe double there.
Yeah.
It's a tough one for him. Drew with a routine par. You can see it's kind of should be a par 5 if Drew threw two really good shots and then an approach and taps in for a par. Okay.
Right. Hole 8 here, kind of a tricky little shot. You can go between the trees that the drone's flying, or you can go, there's a right gap that's actually, that I've seen some people take, kind of a high stall hyzer. There's going to be OB on the left and OB on the right as well. And Joel just cuts it a little bit too much, kicks that early tree, and I think he got knocked OB, unfortunately.
Great job.
Drew getting up there. Oh, looked like he skipped a little long though. And Parker, he's got a hyzer sliding in.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice. Yeah, I actually like this hole, even though I'm a lefty. Play a little Anheuser putter, it's fun.
As long as you hit that middle gap there on the left and just keep turning, you're going to get yourself, even if you hit those guardian trees, you're going to have a putt.
Well, turns out Joel stayed in bounds right there. That's where he landed.
Oh, that's great.
Joel for his par save here. Oh, just misses.
Good bid, chain high, just a little bit right. Austin's waiting for the other players to kind of walk out of his field of vision.
It's always a challenge to maintain focus when that's going on.
Yeah, and this is kind of one of the tough parts of the course too, where a couple of holes come right up against each other, so you get a little bit of that throughout the day.
Yeah, the overlap right here, yep. It's kind of a figure eight in this area.
Drew and Parker tapping in their nice birdies there.
Joel to save his bogey. And Austen knocks down his par. He's repping our local Mitten Bags company. I like the hat. They're pretty cool folks.
Yeah, they are. Alright, coming up on hole 9 to round out our front 9 here. We got a nice little spike hyzer tee shot. Set you up for your approach shot into the gut here. You can see the basket comes into view here just inside of this alleyway here. You got a lot of trees on your right and left to kind of navigate coming in here. And the road and over is out of bounds on the right side, but as long as you get a nice strong hyzer out, you shouldn't have any problems with that.
I'm surprised this doesn't have like a Mando at that bottleneck, you know. It doesn't seem like many players play the long shot down and kind of just chip over, but it doesn't look as open anymore. But
Looked like Drew skipped all the way up into the mouth. I've not seen many people get that far up the fairway on the tee shot. This is more the standard shot that I'm used to seeing.
yeah, he'd be parked on the short basket, right?
Mm-hmm.
Joel going high route.
Really high.
That's interesting.
Wow, yeah, and that works out.
Yeah, it gives him a nice straight look in. Just throwing a putter up. Great play.
Austin's got to, no, not Austin, sorry, Parker's got to work the little bit of a turnover there. Austen doesn't like where he's at, and he is going to throw the spike hyzer. Looked like that worked out and got him on the green.
Thankfully didn't clock our cameraman.
You mean you? Are you running the camera for this one?
This
No?
wasn't me.
Okay.
No. This was Mark on day one.
Yeah, that spike hyzer is a pretty risky shot. There's a lot of trees to kind of pinball through.
It seems like it's grown in a lot the way compared to what it used to be around the kind of exterior there.
Yeah, it's been one of the fun things about watching this park since this course has been in, I think, since 2011, and seeing the way that some of the trees have grown up around the baskets and the work that the park has done, you know, kind of trimming back some of the rough as well has been.
Yeah, kind of molding it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking really good this year. And Joel gets the birdie.
Yeah, he played that pretty much perfect.
I feel like a few of these holes they've been more generous with the way par is now, and then like the last one, questionable whether it should be a par 5. Drew getting the birdie as well. 18 little tap in. We got paid back for the previous one, right?
Yeah. All right, it's gonna round out our front 9 for this card.
All right, we got Braden Sides in the lead right now at 6, and then a 3-way tie there, 500. Emerson, Jesse, and Paul Kranz. All right, yeah, like Josh said, that wraps up our front 9 coverage. What do you think about the the first portion there?
I think it's looking pretty good. I mean, obviously Drew was struggling a little bit at the start, but I think he's going to pick it up on the back, and I'm curious to see how these guys handle the back.
All right, yeah, so tune in for the back 9 coverage. Josh and I will be back there.